Okay, we are recording. This is Wanda Baader from Strategize Your Success, and I am a coach and consultant, and I specialize in online marketing, and I own a boutique marketing agency in Tucson, Arizona. My lovely co-host, please introduce yourself.
I'm lovely. Awesome. My name is Cynthia Bazin. I'm a motivational speaker and I'm a mentor. I own a company named Smart Chick. SmartChick.me is the website. And I help people who are overwhelmed and stressed get laser focused on their greatness through really smart strategies. So, I'm glad to be here.
And I'm glad to have you here. What we're going to talk about today is Cynthia and I came up with this discussion as tagline marketing. So I've got a lot of information to cover. I have tons of notes here just to keep me on track. And the challenge will be to do this without PowerPoint slides or notes that I can share with you at this point. So pay attention if you can, and I will give you some tips that will help you with tagline marketing.
So let me just ask you a question, Wanda. Do you mind having other people in the seats hanging in with us? It's always nice to have lots of people in the room.
Oh, the more the merrier.
If you can invite people in, that would be awesome. Tim, if you want to hang with us for a few moments. Jackie, cool. Anybody out in the audience wants to hang? And
hi, Jackie.
How are you, Jackie?
Hello.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I've sat in on I've seen you before, Cynthia, but I don't think I've met you yet, Wanda. I'm delighted.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you as well. Jackie, tell us about yourself.
I am in direct sales marketing for a health and wellness company called Plexus Worldwide. I'm a grandma and a ma and a 37-year ovarian cancer survivor, and kind of serious about getting my direct sales business to the next level.
Well, welcome. And then we have Tim on, right?
Tim's
Tim Gillette.
always listening. Until somebody drags me on camera, I'm always listening.
I know it was tough to get you in here.
Well,
great to see you, Tim.
Yeah, tell us about yourself. Let the world know what you do.
Hey, I'm the rock and roll motivator. I'm Tim Gillette, author, creator of the Rock and Roll Keys to Business Success. I help speakers, coaches, and direct sales entrepreneurs build a personal brand and a blog. My program is called Rock Around Your Blog.
Rock Around Your Blog. I love it. Very nice.
Is this the first time, Wanda? I forgot. Is this the first time you're talking to Tim?
I've actually been able to talk to Tim. I've seen him on some blabs, and I've followed him on Periscope. So nice to see you face to face, sort of.
Perfect guy to join in on this subject, Wanda.
Yeah. Because
he gets people really focused on their message and their blog. So Tim, I appreciate you joining in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, we do. We definitely appreciate both of you being here and giving us some input. So my first question to you guys is, do you feel that taglines in this day and age are still necessary? How do you feel about that? Jackie, we'll start with you.
I do. I just need to know better how to use them, how to make it work.
Okay. And how about you, Tim?
I believe in the title-subtitle line. In other words, your title is what you do. Title is what you do. Subtitle is explaining what you do. That's how I put it. That's the best way. I think too many people are just throwing out the brand name and there's no explanation behind it.
Okay, so you like it because you believe that it gives people a little bit more clarity about what other people do.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, one of the things that I wanted to see is that if the audience had any taglines that they felt were memorable to them. It's like, what have you seen on TV or heard on the radio or seen on social media where the tagline really just resonated with you? Have you seen any lately?
Just do it, Nike. That's an old one. That's my favorite company. I'm sorry, but hopefully it's your own. Hopefully it's your own. I'd love to hear other people's taglines. You know what I mean, from your own businesses, and we can take a look at them. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We have one from my husband's real estate business, and it's the Windish Team Real Estate. But our tagline is, "We have clients for life." So.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say was, so I think Tim's, for example, I'm glad he's in here because not that it's his tagline, it's really his title of who he is, but the rock and roll coach. How did you come up with that?
Well, if you notice, my Twitter handle is Rocker Life Coach. That
Right.
is the name of my website. When I started in 2010, I didn't know what to do. I had a coach who said, get a domain name that says who you are. And basically, if you look at me, I look like a rocker. I figured rockerlifecoach.com was available, so I bought it, and that's where I started. It wasn't until 2012 where I hired a marketing coach. And I was in a session with them, and they said, Tim, you're not a life coach. You know, it's kind of a confusing message. You know what I mean? I still own the domain name. I still my Twitter handle. I still have it as used as places around there, and we're about to separate my two companies, and we're still going to make that as the name of the company because it's foundation where I came from. But there was the marketing coach, Tim, you're more along the lines help people with business, and that's where we come up with the rock and roll keys to business success. I really don't have in that rock and roll keys. It was not really a system or a follow these steps. I was always putting out little keys here and there. And my blog was always like a song title, which turned into my books all became song titles or reference to song titles. My books are You Can Always Get What You Want, Taking Care of Business, Not Gonna Take It Anymore, and then the latest one that we're working on called Rock Around Your Blog. I mean, every one of them was derived from a song title. So, but every one of them is like a little key to success. So that's what we did it. But the subtitle that we come up with I'm still unhappy with it because I don't like it. I haven't liked it in 2.5 years. Was I use music, motorcycles, and mentorship to create business leaders, and I'm still unhappy with it. You know what I mean? The rock around your blog is rock around your blog. It's how to use a blog to build your business.
Right. So, you know, I've always found that I've been in business for quite a few years as an entrepreneur. I change mine out. Sometimes it's like I feel, okay, well, maybe it's not quite working the way I wanted, or I'm not attracting the right clients. And so I play around with mine. I have more than one that I use it's like I'll swap it out on different social media platforms, for instance. I don't stay consistent. And I know some people would go, oh my gosh, but you know, I just think that sometimes you just have a different audience in different places. And what do you think about that as far as switching things around sometimes depending on where you're at? Tim?
Well, I switch it around too, but I mean, like if I'm speaking to a coaches group, I can adapt it down to coaches because I mean, part of my program is branding and blogging. So
right.
I would adapt what I'd say or explain it to go, I help coaches find a personal brand so they have to quit telling everybody they're a life coach.
Mm-hmm.
I've got their attention now. I'm like, if you're not making any sales telling everybody you're a life coach, now you're going, okay, well, maybe I need that personal brand. What is it he can help me with?
Right.
You know what I mean? But me crafting my own description, I have a hard time with it. Maybe that's you too, Wanda, is I have to deal with my mastermind with other people. Mm-hmm. But I can sit and create one for you in 5 minutes.
Well, it's like for me, it's what we do is we help people to create their expert status. And what that basically means is that depending on, because we do online marketing, we're full service. And that's why for me, sometimes I have to switch it around a bit depending on which audience I'm talking to what about. Because if we talk about social media, it might be something a little bit different. If we talk about website development, it might be something a little bit different. And then there's also the broader scope of things. And I feel that when somebody is more of a generalist, at times I think that you have to be a little bit, I'd say a little bit more on the creative side.
Yeah.
As to how you're going to approach that particular audience in that particular area. If you have, if you're wide open, like we are with full service.
Yeah.
What do you think, Cynthia?
Well, I think at times you do have to change it around, depending on the audience. I'm thinking of a couple pretty well-known people that, they help you craft your videos, for your presence. Well, that's what they do. So they should probably be consistent all the way around. But if you offer a couple different services and stuff like that, you do have to change it up. I want to make sure that I'm addressing and just reading off a couple of the comments that are coming through. They're really great comments. I really appreciate it. someone will want to jump in. She is, let's see, the Laughter Revo. Hi, I could use some help with monetizing the Laughter Revolution, where we take laughter seriously and be one with your giggle or chuckle. So definitely jump on in, when a seat is available. And Fred Aubin, FM Aubin, that I know very well. How you doing, Fred? A good tagline of any fashion should be a cognitive, or effective shortcut for the receiver. A bad tagline also achieves the same effect. In my way of thinking it just needs to connect. It just needs to somehow connect with who you're looking for. That's basically what I think Fred is saying in my, in the way that I receive it.
Right.
So,
I think that what happens is sometimes people get too vague, and I've written down some great examples. Okay, so put on my peepers so that I can read my own handwriting here. So, saying something like "do more for less." Okay, that's kind of vague, right?
Yeah, that could mean I could go a whole bunch of ways with that.
Well, if you and I'm looking at people who are big in the industry of some sort. Okay, so Kayak takes that and does compare hundreds of travel sites at once.
That's what that is attached to?
Instead of saying do more for less, they're telling you exactly what they can do. They're comparing hundreds of travel sites at once. So they do more for less.
Now, see, do more with less if you were, say, a decluttering expert.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that would be the perfect tagline for do more with less. You know what I mean? I'm going to teach you how to simplify, but you're going to become much more in your life with less. So I think that tagline could be good for a certain industry, but for the hotel thing that you're talking about, yeah, there needs to be a little more clarity, I think, in my mind.
More for less money, do more with less time. I think
it's true.
Get more specific on it.
Yeah. So it's like right there, it's, we're coming up with different ideas on how to come up with a better tagline. And again, it depends on the person's business, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So here's another one. If you're trying to tell people that you offer them something to be efficient and effective. So what you want to do is that you want to give them the end result on how you're going to help them be efficient and effective. So Evernote, for instance, is a tool that makes you more efficient, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's their tagline? Do you know?
I don't.
Okay. Remember everything. So do you think that they've accomplished that by telling you that they can make you more efficient because they're helping you remember everything?
The first thing I thought of when I heard that was that it was a memory book or scrapbooking or something. It was more. Yes. That's the first thing that came into my mind when you said that.
Okay. So it's like, so we're basically saying Evernote maybe hasn't quite hit the mark for us when they're saying remember everything.
Gosh. Didn't resonate with me. I don't know about the world, but I mean, think about that. When you hear a tagline, does it resonate with you?
It's like, to me, it does, because it's like we can't remember everything, right?
Yeah.
So I want a tool that's going to help me be more efficient and allow me to remember the things that I can't keep in my brain all the time. I mean, the busier that we get, the tougher it becomes to hold on to all those little pieces. And Evernote does a great job. It's a good tool. OneNote's another good tool.
So that was my question. You do use it?
I do.
Cynthia, do you use it?
Nope.
No, I don't use it. So now.
And honestly, again, I think it's so individualistic, and Fred's in the audience too. Fred, if you want to join on in, what captures?
Think about that.
Go ahead, Tim.
Like, think about that. You use the tool. You're like, oh, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't the job of the tagline to get the people who don't use the tool interested?
Well, but Tim, on the other flip side is that they got me interested because they told me they could help me remember everything.
But why don't you use it?
They attracted you with
it.
Oh, I thought you said you don't use it. I'm sorry.
No, I do use it.
You do use it.
Yes, I do use it. So we've got Carla joining. Hi, Carla. Welcome.
Hi. How are you today?
Hi there.
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi there. So, Tim, why don't you use Evernote? It just hasn't captured your attention enough?
Hasn't got my attention.
Yeah. other things have gotten my attention, and I think the word Evernote, I don't know. I don't know what, there's a combination of things with me. It's not just a tagline. It's a combination of things that make me feel that I want to pursue something a little bit more. So it's not just the words. I was looking for a meditation thing the other day, and I don't know if it was in Tim's thing or somebody else's, but let me tell you, immediately after I saw it, it was called Calm. And I was just kind of looking for something cool, a meditation thing. And as soon as I looked on it, it was Calm, and it had a graphic that showed exactly what it was going to do. And I immediately downloaded it, and I've been using it ever since last night, like 10 times. So, you know, it's more than just a tagline for me, but obviously that is a huge, important thing. But yeah, Evernote hasn't captured me. How about you, Carla? Do you use Evernote?
Carla, do you use Evernote?
Yes, I do, actually. I use it as a reminder for things, and I use it constantly.
Nice.
So, Carla, tell us a little bit about your business. What is it that you do?
Okay, you were just talking about laughter meditation, Cynthia, and I teach laughter meditation. We use laughter as a tool to get to meditation. And our whole thing is that we smile, we giggle, and we laugh. And all of that put together can change the world.
No doubt.
You know that when...
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Laughter is medicine. See, and she's laughing, folks.
Okay, so Carla, what's your opinion? Did the Remember Everything entice you to using Evernote since you use it?
No.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with
it. Okay.
Interesting. And Fred's comments on the side here, he always has such good things for us to even just to think about. Evernote, a good example of a tagline, remember everything when it's supposed to be a productivity tool. Good thoughts, you know, interesting.
Yep, good thoughts.
All right.
Okay, that is, so let's go to another popular one, and let's see what you guys think of it. We go the extra mile. Okay, is that too vague? Are we making it easier to find better care for your whole family is what care.com uses as an example of we go the extra mile. So do you think that we are making it easier to find better care for your whole family? Does that explain to you what care.com does? Because if you haven't heard of them, they do nanny services. I believe that they also help out with other type of things, maybe senior care. So that's where the whole family comes in. Maybe they do pet care. I don't know, but it's like if I were looking for someone to take care of either my child, my parent, maybe my pets, that subtitle might intrigue me to dive a little deeper into their website. What do you think, Cynthia?
It definitely intrigues me because customer service is so big for me. So, you know, it would at least intrigue me to look a little bit more. And then I would actually do the investigative part and see if they actually, when they get on the phone, are they actually going the extra mile? You know what I mean? Are they actually, you know, doing, it would intrigue me, I guess. It would intrigue me to at least look further if I was going for that kind of service.
How about you, Tim? What do you think?
If you showed me what you were doing and then told me that, now I might think about it. But if you told me that and I had no idea what your company was,
it would
totally doesn't resonate, totally don't get it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's nothing that relates me to, okay, I need to call them. Unless you're showing me your product and then saying this is our we go the extra mile.
Like, does the website say? Does the website say what they do on the front page?
If you go to their website, it says this is a big part of their front page, and it shows a woman, and you know they have all these different places that you can go within the website to obtain more information. And they do great commercials. I mean, their commercials, I have to say, are pretty memorable because they have cute kids. You know, who doesn't remember cute kids?
Okay, but it doesn't say what they do.
On the commercials, they do tell you what they do, but this is their tagline on their website.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you
like,
need to be crystal clear on the front page of your website what you do. I have a very short attention span. People that have websites that have tons of shit on there, excuse my French here, but I hate websites that have a ton of stuff that is just like CNN. You have to like dive to try to find stuff. Some people think that, hey, I'm doing a ton, you know what I mean? And that makes you, you know, look at, to me, I like clean, straight lines. Just tell me what you do. Bam, right at the top. One quick line and keep everything kind of nice and clean. That intrigues me to look a little bit more. So, yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion. But
so it's like, so then it comes down to keep it simple, right? It's like
for me.
Yeah, well, this is one thing that I think is that you do have to keep it simple. I know that Cynthia, you and I have gone through some similar training in the past. Is you know, it's almost like an elevator speech that it gets so lengthy where you go, I forgot what you said the first part of it because it just goes, you know. So sometimes keeping it a little bit simpler helps people to make you more memorable to them. It's like, you know, what is it that is different that I do that my competitor does, for instance.
So Carla or Tim, I mean, you know, Tim, you are so, I mean, you're a genius. I've seen you now in action a couple times on Blab and helping people get clear about themselves. Do you have any challenges with describing what you do or having your tagline, or are you pretty clear about?
All the time.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Well, what?
Honestly, that's why I have coaches to tell me, no, this is what you got to go say. Okay, and I say it.
It's what is the biggest challenge for you as far as getting yourself out there in your message or tagline? Because to me, I feel that you're pretty clear. You know, from an outside person looking in, I'm going to be honest. If I thought it was vague and I'm like, I really have no idea what you do, I would honestly say that. But your blabs on your blogs and stuff like that, it's pretty clear. This guy is teaching you how, you know what I mean, to get your message out there through your blog. Now, I don't know if that is what you want to do. You know, that's just one little aspect of you. But from what I've seen so far, you're pretty clear. But like, what are some of the challenges that you have as far as your overall message? Or
well, see, I want to make a fancy tagline, and they just don't work for me. Every time I try it, it just doesn't work for me. And you know, I have a friend who he blurts his out every time, and it's like, oh, it's just so cool. I wish I could do that. But then I would sit down with you, Cynthia, and in a heartbeat, I could figure out a tagline for you and walk away. And I think sometimes it's what we don't realize is we really are bad at coaching ourselves.
We are. I have to agree.
True. That's true. But some initial thoughts that I would say for you, Tim, is that your brilliance is helping pull stories out of people to help them, you know what I mean, change their life, change their business around to help work for them. So something to do with stories, like creating your story, or, you know, I help you draw out your personal story, something related to that. I mean, I wasn't expecting you to come on today, but I think about you a lot, Tim, because that is your brilliance, is that you help people get
You've
that
heard
story.
Some of the ones I've created too, haven't you?
What'd you say?
I said you've heard some of the ones I've created too for people, haven't you?
Yeah.
All right. I helped a lady who wanted to build a communications book. Call it 911 Communications, 9 ways to communicate with people one-on-one. She used to be a 911 operator.
Cool.
I can take what did you do in the past? What is the product or service you're trying to tell? Let's marry the two together.
Right.
So somehow that I feel, you know what I mean? And again, I'm not an expert in it, but I know what draws me to you and what I tell people and say, hey, you got to connect with that Tim Gillette. He is a masterful at helping pull personal stories and help turning those personal stories, you know, into excellence for other people. So that's what I offer to you today, Tim, is something to do with telling your story, because you're very good at that.
What about the story man?
I'm not going to put anything story in my line. It's just it's got to be something. The system is called Rock Around Your Blog.
Yeah,
Right.
Because it fits everything else I've done. And it's the concept is, I mean, we said it to begin with when we started it was how to use a blog to build your business. But then the two topics I've been asked to speak on over the past 2 years was blogging and branding. Mm-hmm. So we tried to create one unique product that marries them both together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and Cynthia, actually, what is your story was one of the things I was going to talk about. So thank you for that. Because is there anything, Tim, that maybe you can connect to an emotion or emotions behind your story that would generate something for you? Like when you think about your past and the things that you've done and the things that you're currently doing, is there any way that you can, is there like an emotional connection or words, powerful words that come to mind when you think about it?
In a tagline, I have a hard time doing it in a tagline, but emotional things is I tell the emotional story and then try to put it together. I mean, my whole thing is taking your personal story and making it with your product line. And for me, my story is I didn't know where to get started. I used a blog.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about putting myself as the brand. I made something else, tried to create a brand, and it didn't work. Had to be a personal brand. So I've always had people say, Tim, you'd be good at this right now. Cynthia, Tim, you're good at this.
Yeah.
All right. But for me to put it into words, it doesn't work. And I mean, we have in the past year, we've developed the Rock Around Your Blog. It was a year ago that we started with the idea. And the mastermind that helped me create it, I go back there in 2 weeks. So, and the closest we got was May when we come up with Rock Around Your Blog and just how to use a blog to build your business. But now, like I said, it gets refined. I'll refine it more. Mm-hmm. But the keys to business success was the original idea. That's what my website says. I'm going to figure it out. In the meantime, I'm still asked to speak everywhere. I'm still doing the job.
You're doing something right.
I'm not lacking in business, but...
Well, it's a little exercise for people when they're thinking about coming up with their own tagline is to think about, who am I? That was right on the little dog was right on target there.
I was wondering if that was yours or Carla's.
No, I'm at the office. No puppies are allowed here today.
It's my little puppy. And I don't know why he's barked. I know why. I'm not where he wants me to be.
Yeah.
Oh, my cat's right here. So
I have 3 cats also.
Oh, nice.
But they're quiet.
Well, so back to what I was saying is that it's like, who am I as a person when you think about it? And who are they? Who are you trying to reach? Who is your audience? Who's your ideal audience? What is your niche that you're going after? And what do they want?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Think about those things. So who am I? Who are they? And what do they want? Can you kind of fit that into a working title for yourself?
I'll work on it. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to pull it out of it. But yeah, that's what I tell people all the time. Who are you trying to help? What are you trying to help them do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to help speakers, coaches, and direct sales entrepreneurs create a personal brand and a blog.
So go ahead, Cynthia.
No, I was just going to reach out to Carla real quick here. So Carla, what is your challenge to come up with a tagline or to attach what you do in getting clients?
I need to attach what I do to get clients.
Right. Finding the right people that are going to resonate with you.
Right.
Right.
Now, my tagline is where we take laughter seriously.
Mm-hmm. So let me just ask you a couple quick questions. I mean, this is about taglines, so I don't want to get off Wanda's subject today, but who are the people that, resonate with you that have come to you before? Like, so is it a business owner that takes themselves too seriously, that you're trying to help lighten up? Like, who are the type of people that are what you feel are your ideal clients? And I don't want to get into it too much. That's probably for another blab, but I just want to address your question and be able to have someone else jump in.
I can get off.
No. Please address that. I'd love to hear, as far as just to hopefully give you a couple quick tips today.
I think it's people who need to lighten up. In fact, the world needs to lighten up. So I want to teach the world that, if you smile at someone, it's a good thing. It'll be good for you, and not only the people who may see the smile. And the same with laughter. Mm-hmm. So I want to get to more people to teach them this, so the world becomes a more joyful place. And I was actually told to go out and do this.
Okay. You know what? I will say this, and please, everybody disagree with me, jump in, whatever. I just want to give you some quick tips, okay? Is that I was told this years ago when I first started business. I've gotten more clear as the years have gone on as far as defining how I'm going to help someone. What's a pain point? You know what I mean? What are people going to pull their credit card out for that they're going to pay you, right? Because that's the ideal thing, is that, you can go out and do this for free, but you've got to make money, right? So yes. I started off my business, and just a quick disclosure is that I started off with, you know what? I'm going to get you confident. That's how I started off years ago. And you know what? That was an epic failure, because you know what? No one pulls out their credit card because they just want confidence, okay? Confidence to do what? You know what I mean? Confidence to go out and, get out there and speak. Confidence, you know what I mean? To go and pursue, a business. Is that just confidence, okay, isn't going to attach to a lot of people and say, oh, I've got to spend $3,000 a month with Cynthia because she's going to get me confident. Just like laughter. And again, we can't keep this too long, but laughter is a wonderful thing, but you have to attach it to a pain point that, you're going to solve a problem. So through laughter, I'm going to help you make more money. Through laughter, I'm going to help you get better health. So it's got to be attached to something. Okay.
Right. It's more going for the health, both mental and physical.
Right.
And I know I can do it for people because I have.
Carla, definitely a great topic. I think this could be the subject of another blab, of getting really clear on how to get your ideal clients. Obviously Tim is a coach. I'm a coach. Reach out to us. We got to kind of stick on the tagline thing today, but
I just put one in there for you to think about.
Yeah.
I wrote it down there for her to think about.
It's time to laugh more so you can live more. Yeah, very good.
I like that, Tim. Tim, I'm going to be on Blab at 8. All of you, I'm going to be on Blab at 8:30. Could you guys come if you have a moment?
What time? What's time zone? 8:30.
Eastern time zone.
Okay, I think I'll make that. I have at 8 o'clock my time. I have one here, and then at 9 o'clock my time, I'm on someone else's tonight.
I may be able to jump in really quickly, Carla, okay? I may be able to. I've got kids and stuff. Chaos happens at 5:30 here at the household. So,
Cynthia, you have kids at 19?
I know, right? The gray hair's under there somewhere, all right? All right, well, thank you so much, Carla, for jumping in. We'll try to jump into your blab, okay?
Okay, and maybe we can figure out something. I just need help in getting that together.
But just think about that, Carla, is what I'm saying, is laughter is a wonderful thing, but what are you going to help them with? You know what I mean? The laughter is attached to something else, either health or wealth. You know what I mean?
Right. Actually, it'll bring wealth. It can bring anything.
Start thinking of that and putting bullet points down as to how, you know what I mean, laughter is going to help someone in their life, and it'll help you get clearer, okay, in your message, okay? I got to give this back to Wanda, my host. Okay.
Can you send me an email with what you just told me, because I know I'm going to
message me on Twitter. Message me on Twitter or something, and I will help you out, okay?
Okay,
all right.
I will.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye. Bye. Have a great day.
Awesome.
I was going to say for Carla also, I think she needs to think about what audience is she going to approach with that.
Right.
It's like you have to be a little bit clearer on who your ideal demographic is as well.
It's a great niche. I mean, believe me, you know what? There needs to be people helping us laugh more and have more fun, but she just needs to get really clear on the pain point. How is it going to help? And who is it going to help? So, hey, Fred, are you out there? I'd love for you to jump in. If you could jump in for a few seconds. You've had a lot of great comments if you're in the audience there. That would be great. Yeah, so maybe not story. I know, Tim, this is not just about, you, but I just, yeah, your tagline definitely, you're drawing people's personal experiences and how your personal experiences are helping you soar in life. It's got to be somehow in there. I love that. But all right, go ahead, Wanda.
I'll come to it. I'm not like losing any money over this right now. So
I know.
Well, I think you also have to think about, how are you going to stand apart from your competition? If you have competition in whatever you do, which most of us do, it's like, how are you going to own the significant thing that you do?
Mm-hmm.
What's that significant thing that sets you apart from the other people that are out there in the world? And, it's a big world. Obviously, there's enough business there for everybody. But I think the clearer that you are in your messaging as to who you want to work with, because it's a two-sided street, don't you think, Cynthia? It's like you don't want to work with everybody, and everybody doesn't want to work with you.
Yeah, no doubt. No, there's people I don't want to work with. Pass them along. I'm okay with passing them along. Yeah, you know what? I'm very clear. You know what? I don't want anyone that's like fluffing around and that, is not committed. The type of person I work with is someone who needs really a kick in the butt, that is ready and they're ready to take action, and they're okay with me being real with them. Not a very fluffy, I would say, type of mentor that, let's get down to business, So, yeah, and I put it out there in every sort of forum that, I'm in. So, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, and you have to create credibility by aligning your story with your purpose too, don't you think? You have to enjoy what you're doing, and you have to make sure that everything that you're putting out there is attracting not just the ideal client by using the right title. I named my business, for instance, Strategize Your Success, because I wanted people to know I was all about their success, not my own. And, hopefully that right there would attract a certain person that's going, wow, she does really care automatically just because of the name of her company.
Right, right. I want to address Fred. I was going to say this, Fred. Last time Fred was coming into a blab, he had just finished a workout, but he had just come in and he didn't actually look that bad. And I was like, oh, cool, he'll come in today. And he's saying he just got out of a big workout and there's no way he can come on camera. Very grubby and sweaty. We understand.
Yeah,
Fred, I haven't straightened my hair yet today.
And shout out to Rocker Life Coach from Fred saying Tim definitely has a knack for this for sure as far as what you do. So a good shout out for you, Tim. Let's see. All right, so what else we got, Wanda?
So let's talk about some exercises again that, I mentioned a couple of things that you could think about with your with coming up with a tagline, but you also want to find out where the passionate conversations are in what you do. And maybe, seeing what other people are doing out there can maybe ignite some powerful words that you can utilize. I always love looking at people that are, a few steps ahead of me and seeing what are they doing and do I feel like that works out for them? Mm-hmm. That's why I was saying I was giving some of the taglines of people who are out there in corporate America and, what resonates with us and is what they're using resonating with us as a potential client. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I think you have to kind of play with it and see if it's speaking your true identity as an individual, does it bring across the passion that you feel in your business? One of the things that, I get excited about creating, a website or social media identity for people, or helping them to understand how to utilize a social media platform the right way. And so for me, that's exciting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I, it's like I've conveyed that before, but we get excited about, what we do for you, because we really do get excited. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. So another thing is what feels most natural to you. Obviously, you don't want to use words that aren't really speaking your personality, because if somebody starts to work with you and maybe certain words resonated with them, but they're not really words that resonate with you and that you feel comfortable with, then right there you've kind of already created maybe not the best relationship for you and your client. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then, maybe come up with something that will bring people to your site out of curiosity. Can you say something that will go, oh, I want to find out more about that person or that business?
Right.
Is another need.
Yeah.
Kind of just an interesting exercise that I did. Someone had challenged me to do it a while back when I was trying to define some stuff, just niche it down a little bit further, niche it down. And obviously, Wanda, we're friends with a lot of the same people on Facebook and stuff. So I threw it out there. The exercise was, tell me 3 words that, you think of, you know what I mean? Of action words that I'm all about, and if you wouldn't mind doing that. And I got a huge response, you know what I mean? And it was just interesting when you see all those responses of, what do you think of me? What are the first 3 words that you honestly feel, you know what I mean, when you think of me? And after they all came back, I printed them out and highlighted the ones that just kept over and over and over. And it really helped define some of the words, some of the things that, obviously resonates with people, and it helped me craft my message a little bit further. So it's a great exercise to do once in a while, or your clients that you have. Hey, listen, what are the 3 things that you got out of me, or what are the qualities that I have? And be honest, Right. So like the words, real and, very, focused, you know what I mean? Those type of words kept on coming through, and I actually utilized them in marketing stuff because those things resonated. And I scrapped some things that I thought I was going to use. So I used the words that people were describing me.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It's a cool exercise to do.
We've done the same thing by doing SurveyMonkey.
Yeah.
So that way, if people, felt awkward about saying certain things, it really freed them up to be able to just, do SurveyMonkey.
Yep.
It's, give us your opinion that way.
I say both, because it's great to see like the people that actually are, you see their names and it's like, wow, you know what, that person, I really respect what these guys are saying. And some of them are going to be super real. And some of the comments were like, wow, that's pretty interesting. So I think doing a combination of SurveyMonkey and flat out people, so you see what's coming back and the people that are saying it. I think it's a great exercise. I've done that a few times and it's worked really well. So
that's great. How about you, Tim? What have you done anything kind of like that, an exercise that you want to share with the audience on ways to get different ideas?
Things that I've done for ideas is I usually pull in 2 or 3 keywords that I want to find out or suggest or understand something. And you mentioned the SurveyMonkey. I do it with the SurveyMonkey, but I kind of do it with shall I say, I have something on the other side if they do it. So in other words, I've done it and said, well, tell me these 3 choices of which one fits with you. So then after they're done, I give them this thank you email that says, yeah, thank you for giving me your opinion on that. You know what? I've created this free training for you. Just go ahead here and watch it for free. And basically in the free training, I just had them tell me what they want, because basically no matter which one of the 3 they chose, the training applies to it. Mm-hmm. So now they get into the training, and maybe this is why Cynthia sees so much in me, is I do this on a regular basis. A lot of things I do is, if you ever heard the old Wayne Gretzky quote, I don't play where the puck is, I play where the puck's going to be. Mm-hmm. Well, how do you know what the puck's going to be? It's because you put it there. I put them in the frame to know where I want them to pick, and then I go get that. I go there, and then I'm in that realm, and they're like, "That's brilliant. How did he read my mind?" No.
Very cool.
Yeah. Well,
that's my thought on it.
Well, do we have any questions from the audience, or are we a wrap? Because I know we're getting up to, actually, we've almost been on for an hour, and I want to honor everybody's time here.
Yeah, I've got something at 2, Wanda. I can stay on a few more minutes, but
Yeah.
no, cool subject. I mean, at least it gets us thinking about, even more, niching ourselves down, getting that tagline out. Brand ideas. If you want to jump in real quick, thanks for the props. I appreciate it. If you want to jump in for a few moments and while we do some final words, cool.
We have another Tim.
Hello.
I know this Tim. I like this Tim. He's a good guy.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim. The two Tims. We're doing well. Cynthia, what a delight to see you. I have followed you forever on Twitter, so it's just lovely to see your face.
Thank you.
I know you.
It's a delight to see you as well. Thank you so much for joining in.
Yes, thank you.
I'm a delight. I'm lovely. I've been called lovely and a delight today. Thank you.
So they're the words you should be writing down. So you can't feel bad about that, can you?
No. So what are your thoughts on this before we wrap up?
Look, I think words always have power. And so whether you use them for search, whether you use them to communicate and attract, all those things are what make words connect with people. So I guess you choose your words wisely and use them in your social media with grace. Then I guess that's why words are just powerful in marketing, because we connect with them.
Yeah. Definitely. And, it's funny, some of the things that we've done, because, and this is kind of a little bit off the tagline thing, but just, thinking of titles for anything, is that you get the thesaurus app and start looking for words that resonate with you and just seeing, it's like, are they really going to be a good blend with what we're trying to put out there? Is there a better word that we could use? I love the thesaurus for that.
No, I've used that before. Yeah, I've used it before. Just you kind of get stuck on a word, and it's just like you just start playing around. It really helps. It really helps to kind of.
Well, and sometimes you get away from, it's like, okay, that sounds kind of stale. How can I pump this up a little bit? What words will maybe hopefully resonate with my audience out there? And I think the same thing is tagline, titles, names of businesses. It's all challenging, but it also has to resonate with your personality, has to resonate with your ideal audience, obviously. And getting those two things to synchronize, that's always the challenge.
I'm thinking of a blab the other night with Tim Gillette and Robert Stern, who I met for the first time, and he would have some engaging talk about this subject.
What a powerhouse that man is.
Huh?
What a powerhouse that man is.
He made me laugh. I felt like I needed to go back to school because I was saying words that it was unbelievable. I was saying words that were like banned. Like, don't say the word. Like, don't say that you're authentic. Authentic, yeah, which it's really great to get.
Putting the kibosh on authentic, huh, Tim?
Huh?
They were you guys were putting the kibosh on authentic?
And it's really good to hear people's perspectives on this. I learned a lot and was able to laugh. I just saw, Tim, your profile about making people laugh and smile. What a great guy Robert was on your show, Tim, and it was so much fun to really learn through you and Robert, and Cherie Valentine was in there. It was a lot of fun and learned a lot.
I haven't been on live with Robert, but I've definitely seen some of his blabs, and I know that he can be pretty fun.
He's a great
Well,
guy.
Say that again, Tim.
Tonight he does his show with Vicky. If you think he's fun, see him with Vicky.
Yeah.
Tonight. Oh my gosh, they're hilarious.
Powerhouse.
That's why I'm sponsoring their football teams. I love it. They're just powerful together.
Awesome. I got to try to jump on when I can in the evenings. So, Wanda, did you want to finish us off for the day, or you guys can hang? I've got to jump off to get ready for another call.
I've got to wrap up as well. Listen, Cynthia, and I really appreciate everybody who's joined in on this conversation about tagline marketing. Whether you use it, whether you need to use it, whether you like to use it, or whatever the case may be. Hopefully you've gotten some tips that will help you with yours. It's like Tim said, sometimes it's easier to have someone help you than to do your own. And if you
box of chocolates.
So anyway, we appreciate everybody who's joined us today. We'll be on next Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time again with a different talk title. So we'll see you next week at 1. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.